Hello and welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today we're going to do another unsung tribe. I love the tribes that not everybody plays. It doesn't get a lot of love. Everybody's got an elf deck or a goblin deck or vampires or angels or whatever. But it's the Centaurs today. Really like the Centaurs. I tried to do what I could to capture the feel, but I am a couple cards shy. There's a Commander 16 card that's like a um, it's Commander 16 only. It's a Centaur. It's green and it's amazing. Can't remember what the hell it does right now to save my life, but I apparently have it in a deck somewhere because I got that whole set. But anyway, um, Stonebrow here, or Brow, Stonebrow, actually, I guess it would be 4/4 trample for 5. And whenever creature you control trample attacks, he gets +2/+2. So when he attacks, he's going to be a 6/6. But it's a creature. So card number one, very first card I put in was, of course, Primal Rage. Because, not all of our Centaurs have trample, but I want them all to get that +2. So that was card number one. Now I did some ghoulish kind of mana ramp here. The the two color pairs, it's easy to just throw in the 4 mana rocks, and of course I have the talisman and the moss diamond. I love those original art diamonds. Gosh, those are so beautiful. That rich dark border. Anyway, off topic. I am using, because of, let me find this one specific, because of Boreal Centaur, I am using some, a radical amount of snow covers, and that crosses over into Scred. And, hey, check out that flavor text. It's Centaur flavor text, so it's right there. Now I'm running a naturalize for utility, and Growl Charm, Tribal Unity, Faded Intervention. Now, I do not know that I have ever cast this card. Actually, there's probably a lot of cards in that particular set that I have never cast. But, anyway. Enchantment-wise, we have Still Life. You can make it become... This is actually not bad. I kind of like these style cards because they're kind of like vehicles in a way that they're not creatures on your opponent's turn, so that's neat. Centaur Glade is the real deal. Now, it was hard for me not to just go all the mana doublers and we're going to Centaur Glade and roar. But, yeah, I didn't. Did play with Double Meat, Double Cheese. And Total War. Now, Total War is a card. We're going to read it together here. Whenever any player declares an attack, destroy all untapped non-wall creatures that player controls that don't attack. Obviously, sick creatures do not apply. So, if anybody declares an attack, they got to attack with everything, or else it all dies. Or what they don't attack with dies. So they're the utility creatures, the Royal Assassins and Sorceress Queens, and I realize I'm old, and those are the first ones that come to my mind. But there's a lot of newer ones that people play, and they just don't want to attack with. So this is going to probably choke more than it'll kill. It'll just keep them from playing, and that's not always that bad. So, Fire Spout, Overwhelming Stampede sounded like a very Centaur thing, as did, Overrun. I would say they probably have Wild Instincts as they... hold on, see if I can get a story together here. No, I can't. Roar the Challenge, Into the North. Clan Defiance. Choose one or more. I love it. I'd love to see a reprint of this with the bullets. Hell, they may have. I don't know, but Browbeat. A lot of people do not like Browbeat because it's never what you want it to be. But the thing about it is it's 3 mana, and either way you go, 3 mana for 5 damage is good. 3 mana for 3 cards in red is good. So, yeah, multiplayer does tend to make Browbeat just a little bit worse, but it's 3 mana, 5 damage. Anyway, speaking of mana for cards, Harmonize. I do the little bit of chain reaction as my board wipe. The Decimate, the 1 for 4 option is so appealing, and I feel like Primal Surge is something that it just sounds Centauri. Now, yeah, we have some instant sorceries in here. We're not going to go, just throw our deck onto the field, but I feel like if you could get 3 or 4 cards off of Primal Surge, I'd say probably 4. It's 10 mana. If you could get 4 cards off of it before you whiff, I would say you got your mana's worth. Now, Centaurs. Now, a lot of these Centaurs are not exactly epic. Some of them are even, like this one, just a straight to vanilla. They do span. There's some cheap ones, 2 mana ones, 3 mana ones. Forest Walk. The land walks you just don't see that much anymore. Archers. Old school Archer, Centaur Archer. Now, everybody remembers this Joker from Standard of, a gajillion years ago, or maybe it's just me because I'm old. This guy dominated Standard for a little while because, he's a 3 mana 3/4 that hurts people. Now, I have to play with Seaton. Yeah, there are a few druids in the deck, but now this guy right here is the real deal. He is the Omen Reader. It just makes you want to attack with him every damn turn, because if you can subtract 2 off of all your Centaurs, some of these jokers get pretty cheap. Herald of the Pantheon. War Chief. That's how you know your tribes hit the big time, is when you get a champion or a War Chief. Tweets call them, they were all champions. But that's how you know you've hit the big time, is when you get a champion card printed. Combat damage equals rampant growth is not bad. He's inspired. He gets a +1/+1 counter, so that's, a Death Touch guy with Renowned. Oh, I should probably, put the cards where you can see them. Yeah, evidently Centaurs hate the blue guys. Loaming Shaman. I didn't realize Loaming Shaman was a Centaur. I've played it forever, but yet never realized it was a Centaur. That's the beautiful part about doing so. Oh, gosh dang it, I did it again. Courser of Krufix. Also good with a double meat, double cheese. Chieftain. Dazzling Shaman. Apparently, I've noticed some, I don't know if this is coincidental, but I've noticed some parallels between enchantments and Centaurs. And it's not like enchantment hate, it's like enchantments are good. Devotion to Green, we got quite a bit of it in here. Jewelry Centaur. That's right. It has shroud and flanking. Yeah. As I remember, this was one of the first. It may have been the. I don't know. It was one of the early shroud cards. Back then, they didn't have it exactly keyworded, so it was just cannot be targeted. So they spelled it out. The Thunderhoof, Sky Shooter, Gorkland Savage. Bloodthirst 3 is kind of no joke. And our last card is the Crashing Centaur. That is what I have got for Tribal Centaurs. Obviously, since I am playing with a snow theme, I'm playing with the Scrying Sheets there. And, of course, the Mouth of Ronan. But everything else is just regular duels or snows. But I do appreciate you watching. Y'all let me know what you think. We're going to keep on trucking down the road. I think we're up in the 120s now. I need to actually get me a definitive list. I think probably the best way to make a list, though, would be order of release, set, and how many is in there, because it's hard to do an alphabetical list because they keep printing cards and we want them to. So, I do appreciate you watching, but right now, I think we're going to shuffle and cut.